Dear fathers and brothers, first of all, we are all called to be grateful to the gift of our occasion. In the seminary, one of the things people don't like, fathers, brothers, is so many rules and regulations, timetabled life, a life in the clutches of clock and calendar. During the holidays, we are left to ourselves. We are also, today the Lord is telling us to understand the meaning of this kind of discipline. Niagara cannot produce power unless it is channeled. Only a well-regulated life can produce something worthwhile. You need to work hard. You need to pray. I was on another occasion speaking about the three kinds of laziness. Spiritual laziness, you don't pray. Intellectual laziness, you don't study. And then also physical laziness, you don't do any exercise. So all the three kinds of laziness are very closely linked. One cannot be without the other. So you have been here further, there are so many rules and regulations, and we come to today's gospel. Jesus is often portrayed as one who is opposing all kinds of law. In this Sermon on the Mount passage, short passage which we read today, Jesus clearly says, I did not come to abolish the law but to fulfill it. Abolish the law but to fulfill it. We have the Latin saying, ubi societas ibi jus. Wherever there is society, there is law. Society consists of a number of individuals having rights and obligations. In order to fulfill your responsibilities and to exercise your rights, you need a system of laws. Community, if you are all alone, you may not have many laws. But even an individual should have a regulated life, disciplined life. You can't sleep when you want, you can't eat when you want. Even individuals need to have certain laws. How much more? And all these are only guidelines to regulate our life. And Jesus is very clear about it. Sometimes people quote Jesus, quote Paul, saying that they were against laws. Why do you have so many laws and all? We know there are a number of instances in the Gospels where Jesus is portrayed as observing the laws after healing the 10 lepers, then asking them to go and show to the priests, for example, asking taxes to be paid to Caesar. And like a good Jew going to celebrate the Pascha, he's a law-abiding citizen. He went to the synagogue, went to the temple to pray and so on. Even in 2nd chapter of Luke, his parents are portrayed as doing everything in accordance with the law. Twice it is said like that. And then, of course, when the Pharisees misinterpreted the law and subjugated the human beings because of their Sabbath laws, did not know the priority of charity, he told them that your law is for man, not man for law. That's okay. And then even in the context of St. Paul also, we hear about so many things. In order to emphasize the importance of grace and mercy of God, he said, you are not simply saved by the works of the law. Even the best of us do not have the right to heaven. So in this context only, St. Paul highlighted the importance of grace. So it would be a travesty of justice, one-sided interpretation to say that the Bible is against all law. As you know, even the first 5 books are called the book of laws. Law is supposed to manifest to us the will of God. Every day we have the midday prayer also, that famous Psalm 119. So how again and again so many words are used. Your precepts, your laws, your statutes, your command. They are delight to me. I live by them. I think of them. When you consider law as the will of God, you will not be against law. And St. Paul, who is often quoted, he himself again and again introduced so many laws. For example, who is the author of excommunication, it is St. Paul, let him be cut off from the community. And then again, how you have to behave in the community. I mean, even the pastoral epistles, though they are not strictly attributed to Paul, for example, the qualification of a deacon, of a priest to join the group of widows, all regulations set by St. Paul. Without these kinds of regulations, there can't be peaceful existence, relationship cannot be reconciled. So we have to understand the spirit behind each and every one of the law. If it leads you against the will of God, then you can do away with them. But as long as it helps you to focus your attention on doing the will of God, we should not have any problem in following any law, even a simple law like traffic law. Imagine if you want all the time for you to be green, the person in the side also wants green all the time. To regulate the relationship, to protect the rights of all, we need rules and regulations. So Jesus is very clear, I did not come to abolish the law. In as much as law manifests the will of God, Jesus says that I came to fulfill the law. Not even an iota, not even a dot can be deleted from the will of God. So let us today, in a special way, once again realize the greatness or the magnificent call to which we have been called, and thank the Lord, and try already now to lead a life worthy of our call. Let us consider all the guidances, statutes, regulations that we are asked to follow as manifestations of the will of God, and then do our best for the greater glory of God in setting example in following what the Lord prescribes for us. Amen.